Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's your host, Shane Gilfeather. And yes, you have joined us for round 4 of the SimHaus NASCAR League 2024. And we are in Texas. Looking forward to this one. It's a full oval round. This one, 3 races on the oval circuit. Let's see how these boys can keep it on the track. We have a lot of international drivers here, including Argentina, Russia, Australia, Finland, Netherlands, New Zealand, Hungary and Greece. These guys are currently in a qualifier session, so let's get to it. Let's get live on track watching Craig Broadbent at the moment from Australia, New South Wales, and he is leading the charge for the Australians in the number 16 car. Six and a half minutes to go. Bruno Korolev, series leader, or actually he could have been the leader if he finished his races back in mid-Ohio on round 3. Unfortunately he slipped to P2 in the championship. We will go and show you the championship at the moment because we do have a bit of time before we get on track and we get into racing. It is the championship so far. Vlad Tokarev from Russia, almost a clean sweep, taking out the win from Bruno Korolev at Mid-Ohio to retain P1 in the championship. Bruno Korolev very, very strong at Mid-Ohio, but unfortunately a couple of mistakes cost him big time. Moving up 1 place regardless, ahead of Henk-Jan Stenneker from the Netherlands on 47 points. Further back it's Ollie from Finland, then it's Scott Flack, Matthew Parry and Alex Saveliev, 2 points separating all 3. Scott Flack moving up a spot from last round, but unfortunately can't make it tonight, so he's going to drop down further down the order. Alexander Mezhkov, who is not with us tonight, may drop down as well. Troy Cieslawski's here for Australia, racing from Queensland. He's in P9, and Braden Pritchard missing tonight's race as well. So as promised, let's get back on track. That's where we want to be. And we are watching Bruno Korolev, currently in P1, looking to make amends from last round, dominating the road circuit at Mid-Ohio, but a couple of costly mistakes. One including from the lead, pitting on the last lap just to get another set of tyres and a splash and dash. Unfortunately cost him big time twice in 3 races. Alexei Saveliev from Russia, currently in P2. Turn that music down, very distracting. Alright, Alex Saveliev in P2, not too far behind from Russia, and the privateer from Russia, Vlad Tokarev, both being pipped by Henk-Jan Stenneker in the number 8 for Proxy Flame. So I've got a couple of new guys with us. Is Laszlo from Hungary, just leaving the pit lane for his outlap. And we've got Antonius Paparanopoulos in pit lane, yet to post a qualifying lap so far, currently in the pits. So Bruno Korolev, the Argentinian, in his proud national colours in P1. Henk-Jan Stenneker moving up. Tokarev slipping down to P4. Wayne Walker, Australian, currently leading our V8 league with a clean sweep, 5 from 5. He's come to join the ovals and mix it with the internationals here today. And last year's V8 champion and current defending champion Craig Broadbent is right next to him in P6. What can the Aussies do in amongst all the internationals? If you want to know where they're from, just have a look down the bottom right-hand corner. There's a national flag as we highlight each driver. Ollie from Finland. In P7 at the moment. Watch him through the race. He will definitely pick off the drivers one at a time. Very strong driver from Finland. Great pedigree of drivers coming out of Finland at the moment in NASCAR Rally and of course Formula One. Matthew Parry, our Kiwi friend from across the Dutch, is in the number 7. Not on a fly, but not too far off, but that is a fair way off if we're talking oval times. Trying to chase a 26.6, very strong for Bruno Korolev. Hang-on Stenica on a 26.714. Look at that, the top 10, 11 are all within a second of each other. Jaslowski from Australian P10. Parry just diving out of that one. Sibilia from Proxy Flame. Who else we got there? Vlad Tokarev in the number 1, currently leading the championship on a PB first sector. And he's going to pull out of that one, practicing for pit entry, which is before turn 3 on the back straight. Pit exit will be after turn 2 as well on the back straight. Alright, we're just getting through. We've got under a minute to go. That's at least 2 laps here in the oval circuit. As Vlad just pulling into the lane. Wayne Walker, how's he doing? He's improving throughout the day, and we will definitely see him improve throughout the night. Just jumped into the car, so getting used to the ovals at the moment. All about tyre management and throttle control. Laszlo from Hungary, currently in P9 with a 27.315. Coming to grips with the oval car as well. And Antonis Papras is still in pit lane, yet to leave the pits. Currently confirming from the team if he is racing. He was on the chat not long ago, so I do expect him to join in for the race. First race will be 40 laps, then 50, and then a whopping 80 laps. How much? What will be the longest green run that we receive today? As it looks like the checkered flag is out. Who is out on a flyer? Hankan Stenica is on his outlap, so we won't be able to complete this lap. Checkered flag has gone, and that lap will not count. Alex Saviliev pulling in as well. Wayne Walker coasting around. Laszlo coastal. That looks like that's it. We're going to just check whether our new friend from Greece, Antonis Paparopoulos, is going to join us for race 1. So retiring to the pits, and the server is set in warm-up. As soon as I click go, we are going to get into the racing. We'll go to a commercial break. Stay tuned. We will be back for race 1.
Introducing the Racecraft PT1, custom-built full chassis racing simulator. The design project, codenamed The Cage, an 80/40 extrusion chassis sitting on top of a Sigma Integrale DK2 Plus 4-point full motion actuator system. No compromises in the cockpit of the PT1 simulator. To maximize the experience, we start with a 49-inch ultra-wide monitor for the greatest field of view in a small footprint of the simulator. down to the SimuCube wheelbase that's tucked up and behind the monitors with SimCore extensions to get things out of the driving area. Everything is connected to a Cube Controls GTX steering wheel with the built-in dash and all the extra button functions available at your fingertips. Driving through the Raceworks S1 pedals, the potentiometer throttle and the 2 hydraulic pedals for brake and clutch ensures you maximize the feel underfoot, and seating yourself into an OMP HTER bucket racing seat with OMP belts connected to a G-belt tensioner to provide that extra feeling and the heightened experience while you're driving. Additional interfaces and accessories in the PT1, we have twin butt kickers, one on either side of the OMP seat, as well as a Jinx sequential shifter, the SimPush Race Logic timer to the left-hand side, a Racecraft built-in WinSim kit with Philips Hue lighting and a built-in soundbar, plus the OMP side net to finish off the experience in the PT1. The Racecraft PT1, build number 1, the ultimate in sim racing experience, combining the best products in the market with the passionate, no compromise approach that goes beyond racing simulation.
Okay, thanks for joining us. We are ready for race number 1. 40 laps around Texas. Pretty much timing out to about just under 20 minutes. It will be a rolling start. So these guys about to grid up at the front. We can see the pace car ready to collect these boys. Here we go, sliding across. It'll be Bruno Kalev, Hang-On Stanek on the front row. We'll go through the grid once the boys do roll off. They have 1 minute to grid up, get everything ready. Fuel is a factor on this one. And there's the safety car. Okay, so let's go to the grid for race 1. It's Bruno Kalev, the Argentinian, on pole ahead of Hang-On Stanek from the Netherlands next to him. Back second row is the 2 Russians, Alex Saviliev and Vlad Tokarev. Third row is the Aussies, Wayne Walker and Craig Broadbent. Behind them, Ollie from Finland and Matthew Parry, our New Zealand friend. Number 9 is Laszlo from Hungary, and then Troy Jaslowski in P10. Then it's Antonius Paparanopoulos from Greece in P11 with not posting a time. All right, the grid is set. We're about to go green. It is up to the boys to show us what they're made of. 40 laps, hopefully it's 40 green laps as we get going. Safety car will come out. Safety car's about to dive in. Nervous energy as we spin around. There's the safety car going in. It is up to Bruno now. Hank, very nervous, wants to get going. He cannot overtake Bruno. And there they go. Accelerated down and they are off. Bruno Kalev. Hang-On Staneka's trying to tuck in. Saviliev. And it's deep down further back. Ollie getting the jump on Wayne Walker, coming up the inside of Vlad Tokarev. Bruno trying to go low, protect the run from Saviliev down low. It's going to burn up a lot of tyres back there. Craig Broadbent going high and coming down low. trying to get the momentum, tucking into the breeze. And the driver behind these cars, listen to that sound as they run through the first lap of 20. We're on board with Bruno Kolev. Let's see if we can see behind these guys. That's the grid, and that's the chasing group so far. Savelyev trying to tuck in. He's going low. He's going to come up towards the wall. Just cross that infield, across the start-finish line, and do it all again for turn one. It is Bruno Kolev leading the pack now. Everyone tucking in as hard as they can. Savelyev trying to look for a way around Bruno to get in front. That's a pack so far. Savelyev tucking in. Then it's Steneker in 3, Ollie in 4. Vlad Broadbent got the jump on Walker. Laszlo from Hungary. That's the field as they go through. The 188 from Hungary. Then we're dropping back to Matthew Parry. And Tonis from Greece. And then Troy Cieslawski dropping back in P11. But it's a 2 up front. That's the competition so far. That's the view, trying to hold down Bruno. Just got to look after those tyres. It is 40 laps long. We're on lap 5. You can hear the revs rise as he gets in, tucks in behind Bruno down the back straight. Just got to play it safe, let the car come out. Just be there at the end. He's trying to get the momentum, but where is he going to overtake? It's hard to tell as they dive into turn 1. There's a big pack. Vlad Tokarev, Craig Broadbent around the outside. Vlad losing a lot of spots here. And Wayne Walker's trying to get in on the action as well. That's Vlad Tokarev out in front. Just got to tuck in, be patient, be there at the end. Will he try and go the inside? You can just hear him screeching those tyres. He's got to take the high line and then drop in to get maximum speed down the back straight. We can see Savelyev still tucking behind Bruno. Vlad's trying to tuck in behind Broadbent. Look across, and that is Vlad Tokarev on the inside, but he hasn't got the momentum. Will he get it in turn 1? He's down low. Wayne Walker tucking in now. He wants it. He's in there nice and tight, on board with Wayne Walker. Oh, they're starting to back off now. Those tyres are probably starting to hurt. Not getting the grip they did in the first few laps. Broadbent just clipping the wheel. He's going to lose some speed. Broadbent hitting the wall, I should say. Walker's trying to find a good line. He can feel the back end getting grip, but he just needs to guide that front end in, tuck in. Otherwise, he's going to lose these two. Broadbent, Vlad. All around the circuit, it's a long shot down turns 1 and 2. Vlad getting up the inside. Can Broadbent tuck in? Oh, he's collected Ollie, and there they go. That brings out the first yellow safety car. All right, so the replay on board Craig Broadbent. Oh, we could see him down low and Ollie trying to come across, and that's hurt him big time. All right, so under yellow now. Safety car, here we go. Are the boys going to come and pit? They may as well. There's plenty of laps left in the race. That was a 10-lap green run. We've got to beat that by the end of the night. Safety car is down low, still flashing. Drivers waiting to be collected by the safety car. And it's Bruno up the front. Alex Savelyev hanging on Steneker. Vlad Tokarev chipping his way towards the front now. Broadbent just tucking in behind Vlad. Then it's Wayne Walker and Laszlo. Matthew Perry, Troy Laszlo. Ollie coming back through the field, claiming his spot. Or is he dropping back? Looks like Antonis came in early for his pit stop. He'll probably get an end of line, but he's already at the end of line, so it won't matter to him. As he tries to get to the back of the grid. Fresh set of tyres, I'd say, for him. Not being used to the NASCARs, he's taking his time trying to figure out these cars. He's got about 3 laps of safety car to sort it out. Racing up the back, he's got to back off because the guys are just in front of him. As we can see him backing off now, onto the brakes in 4th gear. Make sure he doesn't lock up those new tyres as he joins the back of Troy Kozlowski. So Caleb still leading him out. Who's going to dive in the pit lane on this lap? They've all come into the pits, leading by Bruno. Caleb. Okay, so who's going to be quickest? Alright, so Bruno's come in. Who stayed out? We've got Wayne Walker. And that's Laszlo and Troy Kozlowski. The rest, Hang on, Steneker. Bit behind. They need to come in for fuel. That's probably why they're splashing and dashing. I can hear the revs rise, but who's taking off? Oh, Bruno just ahead of Sevilla. Bruno's going to get that one. Safety car's going to tell him to go round. So settling behind the safety car, it's Wayne Walker, Laszlo, Troy Kozlowski, Sevilla in P4. Will the officials tell Bruno to go past Sevilla, as we did see Bruno leave pit lane officially before Alexi? It doesn't look like it so far. So fortunately it's quite short laps in the safety car here. We should see the lights go out from the safety car as they cross the line. If not, we may need to intervene. All right, so lights are out. So we're going to go green. So it's Wayne Walker, Laszlo. You can see there, the number 2, the number 88. And it's Troy Kozlowski in 3. Or Bruno moving up into 3, but he'll fall back once they come around. Safety cars in. They're gridded up. Troy Czeslowski needs to tuck in. Oh, and that's Laszlo stuck in. Kalev moving up the inside. Wayne Walker trying to tuck in now. Trying to sort what's going out with the penalties. Wayne Walker going wide into the wall. On board with Wayne Walker now chasing down Vlad Tokarev. That's the view from the cockpit on the left-hand side. Probably not used to the left-hand side as he's... Oh, we can see Ollie in the rear vision mirror there. Let's see behind. Trying and weaving. Matthew Parry from New Zealand going high as well. Coming down low, tucking into Ollie's draft. Getting top speed down the front straight. Meanwhile, it's Bruno up the front. I can see Laszlo just rejoining now as the other boys are coming around behind. Bruno out front, Vlad, then it's Ollie leading the pack down back. Karaman's not too sure where to look, and here comes Antonis from Greece up the inside. Don't make it another yellow. They're tapping. And that may bring out another yellow. And that is a safety car. Once again. So we'll try and see what happened there. All right, up the inside. Antonis got the momentum, tried to go up the inside, but just got tapped. Couldn't hold it. And unfortunately, they both tried to hold it as much as they could, but that is both in the wall. And Wayne Walker through pit entry at speed may receive a penalty for that one. Looks like he's DNF that one. And someone else has gone in, up into the grass as well. Alright, we'll go back live now. Safety car out. Bruno once again. It's going to be a long night if they keep tagging each other. Very complicated regrouping after a safety car. Now these guys have just pitted, boxed for fuel. You can see someone else is in for fuel as well, number 10 position. Is Laszlo. He's trying to get back on the lead lap, which he has successfully done. So small price to pay for that pit. He's trying to warm the tyres up. You can see him desperately trying to avoid Antonis rejoining. Not too sure if he's got some damage, so we should see Antonis come in pit lane, get a fresh set of boots, because there will be flat spotting if he's spun out. You'll probably be feeling it through a direct drive wheel at the moment. Focusing on the leader now, regrouping. It'll be Bruno Kalev, Vlad Tokarev and Ollie from Finland. Then it's Alexei Savelyev Matthew Parry. Hang on, Stenica dropping back into 6th. Struggling to get back up through the field in that stanza. And if we're only on lap 21, then we probably only had a 5-lap run. Sector 2. Safety cars bring safety cars, so hopefully the guys will settle down. And give us a show for the second half of the race. We are halfway through. Let's hope we get a green run for the second half of the race. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, and race with us next round. All the information's down in the description. If you want this car, if you want this track, you can just follow the links via Steam. A lot of the boys diving into pit lane. Probably the back half after Stenica. These will be the boys that didn't really get fuel on that first run. Only came in for tyres, but Broadbent's in for fuel as well. Out comes Antonis Paparanopoulos. That's just Lowski and Laszlo at the back. On screen, the newbie Laszlo from Hungary, and Tonis from Greece as well. Both first-time drivers with us tonight, so we welcome them along. And Wayne Walker, who has DNF this race, maybe he'll be back for race 2. It is race 1, 40 laps. Next race will be 50, and then the feature 80 laps. Hope you're listening or watching on YouTube out there. If you are, definitely drop a comment in the comments field. Let us know where you're watching from. Hit that thumbs up button. Support the channel so you can come and see it next round. The winner of this round will receive $50 from our sponsor. And there is a separate competition for the oval section of this competition. The whole championship is split up into oval races and road races, and each winner of those events will get $50 at the end of the year. Plus, we are awarding $50 to the best dressed skin, which is car related. And we're going to zoom in and feature this guy, Matthew Parry. And he's driving in the Goodbye Pork Pie, inspired by the Colt New Zealand movie some years ago. Great view here in Texas, not a cloud in the sky so far. Okay, so lights are out on the safety car. We are about to go green. So safety car, lights out on the safety car. 2 more corners to go. We are coming out of turn 2 at the moment, approaching turn 3. There it is, that's down the field. The 2 guys up front are seasoned professionals, so we will see them take off. Send the drone back up into the sky. Off you go, little buddy. Let's watch the start. Okay, so lights out. Here it goes. Safety car about to drop down onto the infield. Then it's up to Bruno on the inside to lead us over the start-finish line. And it's Blood getting the jump on the outside, and that's perfectly legal. Great move. Caught Bruno unawares. Look at them all pack in on the inside line on fresh tyres. The front half of the field didn't come and pit. We're on lap 25 of 40. Let's see if they can hold it together. Wojciechowski just got caught napping. He's fallen off the back there. Blad's got a bit of a lead over the top three. Ollie's settling in. Around the outside, Alexi and Antonis trying to get around Ollie from Finland. Trying the high line. He's covering both as hard as he can. Antonis very strong around the outside. Alexi not going to be strong enough on the inside there. The front end just clipping the inside apron, losing a bit of speed, and Antonis just slots in behind Ollie. See Ollie dropping down. He's starting to struggle on those old tyres. That's Vlad Tokarev, Bruno. Starting to stretch out a little bit there. The top two really struggling. Antonis from Greece really showing a great pair of heels, really getting used to this new NASCAR, taking out Alexei Sabeliev, you can see in the green from Proxy Flame. And his teammate is falling behind. Craig Broadbent, the lone Aussie up the front in P5. Hang on, Stanica right behind him, the two orange cars. further back, it's Ollie now defending against Laszlo from Hungary and Matthew Parry from New Zealand. Oh, Laszlo just... This is onside. Matthew Parry's car from New Zealand trying to tuck in. Oh, he's got the run on. Laszlo's going to go up the inside, backing off, just guiding that accelerator. Look at that accelerator just guiding around. He wants the rear to rotate as he drifts out towards the wall. He's got his eyes on Ollie. Look at the advance he's got. He's got to go the inside. He can't back off. He's lost all that advantage. Now he's got Laszlo right up the inside. Laszlo doesn't have the momentum to come around. And Laszlo just tucks in behind Matthew Parry. So the closest battle is Papanopoulos covering off Saveliev. Broadbent, here he goes. He's got Saveliev coming up the inside. Oh, I can hear those tyres screeching as Alexei probably just saving his tyres towards the end. He knows this is probably going to be a green run. We've got 2 laps to go, 38 to 40. There's Broadbent going up the inside. What a great shot here at Texas. Oh, Antonis really wearing that front end out. He's losing all the momentum down the front straight. Sorry, the back straight. Now it's a pack of 4. Hang on, Steniker right behind him. He's got to be next. He's got 2 laps to get it done. All right, so Vlad Tokarev, Bruno Kalev. This is not the last lap yet. 1 lap to go. Oh, Bruno's just clipped the wall. That's going to cost him a bit of time. Saveliev moving up into P3 right behind them. Craig Broadbent up into 4. So I've got 1 lap to go. This will bring the final lap out. It's Vlad Tokarev, championship leader so far. Ahead of Bruno Kalev. It looks like that's going to be the 1-2. Who's going to be 3-4? We can see the pack coming around the corner now for the last time. As they come out of turn 4, down the back straight, or the front straight. There it is, turn 4, crossing the line. It is Vlad Tokarev, Bruno Kalev. Looks like Saveliev just ahead of Broadbent, and then Steniker it is ahead of Antonis, and Matthew Parry gets it ahead of Ollie. Laszlo in 8. Ollie moves down into P9. Oh, he's moving further down. So it's Vlad Tokarev taking the win. Congratulations. Race 1 winner, championship leader so far. All right, so we're going to get ready for race 2. 50 laps here in Texas. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks. Stay tuned. welcome back. Race 2, ready, 50 laps. Going to be a big one. The first one come down to a 2-lap sprint, 2-car sprint towards the end there. It is reverse grid this time. We're going to see the guy from Greece, Antonis Papampoulos, on pole. Next to him, Troy Cieslawski from Queensland, Australia. That's Matthew Parry. We'll go through the grid once the guys start to leave. And the safety car is leading them out. Off it go, out of pit lane. Race 2, it's Troy Cieslawski, Antonis Papampoulos. And it's row 3, Lasco from Hungary, Matthew Parry, New Zealand in P4. Third row again, it's Craig Broadbent. Next to him will be Vlad Tokarev. Then it's Alexei Savelyev in 7 and Hanyang Stanica in P8. And we've got Bruno Kalev in P9. Lost a couple of drivers due to work commitments, so it is race 2 ready to go. And we are pumped. Who's going to get the jump? Antonis proved very strong in the second race after the second pace car, but we could hear him really screeching those tyres, so hopefully he learns how to look after those tyres. It is a longer race. We didn't get, we've got people backing up here, brake checking each other, but they need to start forming. Oh, we've lost Troy Cieslawski. Looks like through net code, right on the green light. Everyone's out, no penalties I can't see coming up, so we're all good to go. Bruno Kalev already up into P5 from P9, runs right around the outside. Let's give credit to one of our rookies, Antonis from Greece. Perry going high, Tokarev going underneath. Is Perry just letting these guys go? Broadbent's trying to get in there as well. And that is Hanyang Stanica chasing down Vlad Tokarev, winner of race number 1. Out in front, while Antonis up the front, the black and grey car leading us around for lap 3. Each driver on this track here in Texas is representing a different country. Looks like Broadbent's dropped down to P7 as well, but we're all still there, hanging on for dear life. These guys, looks like they're going to go a long green runs on this one. So they're going to just have to look after their tyres. Unfortunately, we had a couple of guys coming together. Slight very mistakes, just unweighting the vehicle and unable to catch it before they spin around. Wayne Walker falling into pit lane backwards. It's Craig Broadbent doing the best he can to settle in. Antonis up the front now, defending hard against Vlad Tokarev. There he is right behind. Antonis going high. Vlad staying low. He's going to get the run coming out. Will he try and dive up the inside? Turn 3, no, he just settles in. He's dipping the front end. So that's your top 3 as it stands at the moment. Antonis, Vlad and Hanyang Stanica from Netherlands. Antonis just needs to stay there. He's going to run out of tyres if he keeps wearing those front ends. Using the steering wheel to steer the car, you really got to use the throttle and let the car rotate by itself if you're going to save those tyres. As the top three out by themselves. Bruno's trying to catch. He's further back. Here he comes. The Argentinian. Very skillful driver. Always up the front end. Oh, it's three abreast. Something's got to give. Antonis goes high. Hank comes down below. Oh, and he breaks just a fraction later, and he manages to hold it in. Vlad's got to slot in behind Antonis. Antonis is in amongst very professional sim races here in the SimHaus NASCAR League 2024 round 4 at Texas Speedway. Vlad going low, Antonis staying high. He's got the momentum to stay high. He's just got to come down low, but he's going to be blocked because there's Bruno coming up into P3 now, taking that from Antonis from Greece, and Saviliev trying as hard as he can to stay with this group, but now it's splitting up into two different packs. So we can see the front group all there in the one shot. Steneker out in front now. Very experienced, loves his oval racing. This is effect setup, so all the guys are on the same setup. There is tyre wear and fuel wear as well. So a key factor here on the long runs, as they may have to pit under green. This is 10 laps so far, touch wood, we're going to go the whole race. Under green, the front four starting to stretch away. Alexei really struggling to hold on, but he's playing the waiting game. 40 laps to go, this 50 lap race. Sub 28 second laps. The second pack, we've got Matthew Parry on his own, and Craig Broadbent as well, and then Laszlo from Hungary down the back in P8. Back up the front where the action is. Top four all within a second of each other. Top five, as Saviliev really starting to pump those fast laps out now. Bruno Kalev with the fastest lap of the race, a flat 27.082. His closest competitor would be Vlad Tokarev in front with a 27.164. Saviliev really pumping in those hot laps now, chasing Antonis, who's lapping a second slower and falling off the back of Tokarev into the clutches of Saviliev. Here comes Bruno and Vlad Tokarev chasing down as hard as they can. Hang on, Steneker. On board now with Bruno Kalev, just staying high. Hank's trying to break the draft, but it's not going to do him any good. Oh, Bruno's in the pocket, but Vlad's distracting him. Can't get that run, and he's going to lose that momentum down the front straight, which is what Vlad really wants and needs. They're trying to stay low, down in the... and let the car drift up, get that momentum. Look at that top speed increasing up to 3:15 down the back straight as he tries to get underneath. Will he hit the tail of Tokarev? Tokarev's skillful enough to hold on, and Bruno's not going to take advantage of that move. He knows that he was at fault there. And Tona's starting to come back onto the back of these two, as we saw Tokarev just losing momentum a little bit. Last lap at 28.7 as opposed to the leader on a 28.2. Okay, now Bruno means business. He wants to come around the outside of Vlad. Is he going to go around the outside? He should try and fill that hole and come up the inside. There he goes. Vlad can't do anything at the moment. Vlad's just got to sit in the draft of Bruno. This is the longest run we've had so far tonight, touchwood, 18 laps. Exciting stuff. I'll tell you what, these two right behind, they're ready and catching the back of these two. Only second off, and Sibiliev. Oh, he's gone up the inside, and Tonus just hit the wall there, I think. I keep calling him proxy flame, it's pro mix flame, I do apologise. That is Alexei Sibiliev and Hang-On Stenica and Bruno Kalev, all from the same team. Craig Broadbent closing this gap. He is looking after those tyres, and that's definitely benefiting him now, because that gap to Papadopoulos is almost under 2 seconds. It was 3.5 seconds earlier on, but out the front it is a race between the top three, and there they are. Bruno has taken the lead from Hang-On Stenica. How is Hang-On Stenica going to respond? Is he just going to nurse these tyres? He's got to get to at least halfway and then probably bank that there's going to be no safety car. So they will need to pit under green. Not ideal if you're a NASCAR fan. Much better if you do it under the yellow conditions. Pitting under green will mean that they'll fall a lap behind, and they will regain that lap when the others pit. And Sibiliev is in the pit lane as well now. So he's in, but Vlad, what's he going to do? Is he going to go, look, I'm going to come in, get some fresh boots, and then undercut the two in front? He needs to do it soon, because Bruno's going to stretch that lead a lot. Although Vlad's getting a great tow from the back of Hang-On Stenica. You can hear the engines rising towards the end of the straight there. Speeds up over 315 kilometers an hour. Let's see what it gets up to, just on 315. As they drop into turn 3 and 4. Just clips the apron on the inside. So Sibiliev out on the pits now from turn 2. Getting up the gears now, up into turn, 4th gear. And he is a lap down at the moment, but that's okay. That's going to come back once the others pit. Texas is a very short lap. They're lucky they don't get 2 laps down on this circuit. Really depends on where these guys pit, whether they pit under green or not. Stenica, then Tokarev. Well, I think I saw Bruno come low. Is that, yes, he's in turn 3. Hang-On Stenica's coming in as well. Vlad Tokarev staying out for another lap. He's got to come in at least very close to these two. So these are the leaders at the moment. Who's going to be better bringing it down under pit lane speed limit? There is no pit limit. There's Craig Broadbent coming in as well. He may have come in hot. We'll see when they all exit. So if he can chase Stenica, there's going to be fuel and tyres involved. Bruno's already in the stops. The right-hand side going, oh, Hang-On Stenica's missed his spot. He's got to reverse and forward and back again just to hit his marks. That's valuable time. That is going to cost him. How can Vlad? There goes Bruno. Out he goes. Stenica's still got some time in the pit lane to go. Broadbent exiting as well now. There he goes. And Stenica, where is he coming? He's going to rejoin after Craig Broadbent. Very beneficial of Broadbent to come in at that time. And Stenica at the back of the pack so far. All right, Vlad's yet to pit. He's going to continue these laps as he's lapping in the 29s. And so to Antonis coming in pit lane now for his set of boots and fuel, hopefully. That's a 30-lap run. So Vlad's still out on track at the moment, 29.1. Laszlo a 31 on that lap. Moving up into P2, Antonis coming out of pit lane now, or entering in. Up on the left side, fresh boots on that side, drops in. Now it's just the fuel and off he goes. I don't know if he's dumped any fuel in that time, but here we go. Here he goes, Vlad Tokarev into pit lane, following another driver. This is going to slow him up if he doesn't know how to overtake. Oh, he's going to balk. He can overtake there. And he's going to brake hard down into first, second gear. Back up into fourth. 80k an hour speeds limit. He's got to come in high. So Saviliev came in early. Looks like he may benefit from coming in and undercutting the rest of the field, because he's back up into P2 and he will soon become the leader as he comes round. And Vlad coming into the boots. Well, that's Vlad exiting, and that is Hang-On Stenica going round turn one. So Saviliev, then Bruno's coming around for his. And that means Vlad's lost the lead, back down into P5 at the moment, so definitely not worth staying out a couple extra laps. That's really cost him. With 20 laps to go, what can he do from here? It's Saviliev out front, over 4 seconds ahead of Kolev. There's Craig Broadbent moving up through the pit stops, up into P3. That's the Aussie getting up there amongst it. And he's got Stanica right behind him. There he is. He's only got 20 laps to make that difference. What's the gap now? Let's look at it. It's 2.3 second gap. Tokarev settles into P5. Strategy's not going to be the same in race 3, I'm telling you now. The field very much splitting up. Saviliev, our leader, out in the lead. Was mid-pack in that run of pit stops. We may see him drop off towards the end of the race because he did lap a couple laps earlier than the rest of the field. But will this be a strategy that they pay attention to? Because he definitely gained at least half a lap just on pitting 2-3 laps earlier than the rest of the field. Kolev doing all he can back in P2 to chase Alexei. And where is Broadbent? Coming out of turn 2. Oh, and here comes Stanica and Tokarev. The closest pair on track at the moment. Already Tokarev on the back of Stanica. Going low, Tokarev. He's going to try and push Stanica or get that momentum, go right around the outside, and then probably come on the inside after turn 2, down the back straight. Watch the momentum. He's going to try and stay low. Round the outside, Stanica's covered off the inside. Tokarev can't let go of that momentum, otherwise he's just wasted all that work. He's got the work on the outside. Will they come together? No, they don't. Stanica goes through, but Tokarev wants to come down the inside, but it's blocked by Stanica. They're changing sides. If they clip, get the pit maneuver, he's going to make the job done. Run to the inside. How does this guy do it? He's going to lose the momentum on the outside, so he's going to come prey to Stanica trying to come back. but he's managed to keep the momentum. 320 kilometers an hour as they head into turn 1. And this is just the battle for P4. Oh, so moving back up the field as Broadbent just ahead of them. There he is. That's the on-field. And Saviliev swap positions with Kalev. We didn't see that happen. That's great management from Bruno Kalev to save those tyres and make the move. Saviliev with the fastest lap of the race so far, and that would have been just after coming out of the pits on that fresh set at 26.924. The only driver to get into 26s, I do apologise. Tatjan Stenica also managed to get a 26.984, 6/100ths of a second slower on the fastest lap of the race so far. So Bruno up into P1, Saviliev into 2, Broadbent still rocking P3, doing it for the Aussies amongst his quality international field. Every driver here representing a different country. We'll go through it. Bruno Kalev, Argentina, then it's Saviliev from Russia, Craig Broadbent from Australia, Tokarev also from Russia, Tatjan Stenica from the Netherlands, and it's Antonis from Greece, racing with us for the first time tonight. Hope he's enjoying himself. And then Matthew Parry from New Zealand in P7, and Laszlo from Hungary in P8 in the 188 car. So Bruno's sort of running away with it, just under a second ahead of Saviliev. Now Broadbent under fire from Vlad Tokarev. That gap is closed. Here he comes. Broadbent just doing what he can to save those tyres. Look at the line. He's running high. Vlad trying to stay low, get that banking to really work for him. And you can see the draft. That's looking back from Broadbent onto Vlad Tokarev. He tries to get underneath. There he goes, trying to get underneath. Will they come together? No. Broadbent staying high. Oh, he's going to lose momentum. He's got to come back down. He's going to crush Tokarev, but Tokarev just nudged him out for the position. And we've lost contact with Stenica, falling way back. He's about to fall under the clutches of Papranopoulos from Greece. As Tokarev getting the job done on Broadbent, moving up into P3. Saviliev's the next. Only 6 laps to get it done too. Russians chasing each other out on field for P2 and 3. Don't know if he can do it from this far back. Bruno is not even in the picture. A full 3 seconds out in front. So Bruno dominating out front, 4 laps to go. Bruno Kalev out in front, Tokarev now in P2, got the job done. Saviliev, like I said before, Saviliev losing those tyres, losing another position, and that's Broadbent taking P3 back up onto the podium. Saviliev dropping back from a healthy lead out front. It was looking good there about 3/4 of the way through the race, but towards the end, look at that. He's dropped right off. So that strategy not going to work for him. And the guys out front definitely showing that under pressure, they know when to pit and when it's going to count when the checkered flag drops. Kolev out in front. Tokarev. Broadbent coming up with a podium, taking Saviliev for P3, and then Stenica hit at the same time. Bruno, and here comes Antonis Papanopoulos. Right around the outside. Here we go. Greece versus Netherlands. Antonis definitely starting to learn how to save on these tyres. Around the outside, he's gone right round. Is he going to hold? Stanica's on the inside. We can see him side by side through the window. Oh, he's had to drop back. There he is, and that's Saviliev as well. This is a three-way battle. It's the last lap. So these guys have got one more lap to go. I've got to tear away from it because Bruno Kolev is about to finish. We'll give credit to him now. Vlad in 2, Broadbent in 3. But let's watch this towards the end. Oh, and it's Stenica, Papanopoulos around the outside. The race has finished. Kolev has taken the checkered. And Papanopoulos comes across. Looks like Stenica almost running out of fuel on the line. So Bruno, the winner of race 2, congratulations. That is one each for Bruno and Vlad Tokarev. Craig Broadbent coming up into P3. Congratulations to him. In fact, what we'll do is show you the session results. Let's do that. All right, it's Bruno Kolev out in front, ahead of Vlad Tokarev. Craig Broadbent taking P3. Klasak looking after those tyres. Coming in, pitting with the leaders and exiting with them as well. Finishes in P3. Antonio Papanopoulos in 4 from Greece. The Dutchman suffering through that pit stop. Forward, backward, just to hit his marks. He loses a lot of time in that race and cost him a few positions. And Saviliev, from the lead of the race, slips back into P6. Matthew Parry finishes in 7, and then Laszlo brings out P8. All right, final race. It's 80 laps. That was a 50-lap green run, and that's how it's done. All right, so stay tuned. We're going to set up for race 3. Make sure you grab a chink. Join us back here as we start race 3.
There is nothing like the mountain, the speed, the history, and most importantly, the sound. It's part of the Bathurst 1000, and now it's part of your whiskey too. Aged to perfection with the sweet sounds of a roaring V8 pumping through each oak barrel. Like a perfect lap of the mountain, each sip will leave you wanting more. For the second year, Ned Australian Whiskey brings you the 2022 limited edition Sounds of Bathurst Whiskey. And this year, Ned have taken it up a year. The boldest drink for the greatest race in Australia.
Alright, welcome back. It is race 3. We've got a new driver with us, Mike Van Dorn, and we've lost Antonis from Greece. Mike Van Dorn in the 28. All the way from the Netherlands. We're just waiting to grid up. The boys got 1 minute to set the car up, join the grid from pit lane to pit row, and there it is. As they get going, we will bring you the starting grid for race 3, final race of the evening, 80 lap feature, and there it is. Pace car out for the last time today. Sun's starting to set here at Texas. And it is Bruno Kalev on pole ahead of Vlad Tokarev. And it's Henyan Stenica, Craig Broadbent in P4. He's had a couple of good results. Saviliev dropping down in P5 for the start of race 3. Next to Matthew Parry. Laszlo from Hungary in P7, and Troy Slowski back in the grid for P8, and Mike Van Dorn joining us in P9. Right, so we are going green this lap. Let's throw the drone up into the air and see how they start. Who gets a good run? Lights are out on the pace car. It will drop into the lane for the start. There it is. It's trying to drop. Bruno is in control. Vlad's been very strong on the restarts. Will Bruno go straight away, or will he wait for the control line? There he goes. Green, green, green. And the top 4 are running. Henyan Stenica is going to push his teammate from Pro Mixed Flame. And there's the 3 teammates down the inside. Bruno down the inside, taking Henyan Stenica with him. Bruno, full noise through turn 1 as Hank backs it off a little bit. It is 2 abreast as they were in the grid, trying to sort themselves out. Mike Van Dorn moving up a couple of places, putting pressure on Matthew Parry back there. Alexis Saviliev up the inside of Craig Broadbent, who started P3. He's now P5, but that's okay. He's got to sort those tyres out. George Slowski in P9, Laszlo in P8. But it's Bruno, Hank, Vlad. Look at the battle between Saviliev and Broadbent. That's Broadbent right up the top there. Three wide into turn 3. Who's jostling for position? Vlad's going to stay inside, but he's going to burn a lot of rubber on that one. 80 laps on this one. We don't know if that's going to be a 2-stopper. I dare say it will be. These tyres and fuel will not make 40 laps on a run. Oh, the momentum of Saveliev up the inside. Oh, he's gone inside. He's lost to Broadbent, making his way through. Saveliev just losing a lot of momentum there. Van Dorn leading the second pack, chasing. And that is Laszlo down the inside. Matthew Parry behind. And Troy Kozlowski. Back up front, it's Bruno, Vlad, and Hank Janstenica all together now. Stanica's looking after his tyres. You can tell the way he's backing off the accelerator. Once the car's dropped into that pocket, he'll get straight back on the accelerator and build that momentum. The banking, not super high, but decent enough. Once you stay low, you can actually be hooked up and stay low with the downforce of these vehicles. If you miss that pocket, you wash up to the front. And that's Bruno losing 2 spots here. And here comes Craig Broadbent up. So Broadbent now in the fold from Australia, mixing it with the internationals. He's off the back, but he's going to get the momentum. You watch him catch the back here on the exit of this turn. He's just got to stay on that accelerator, back off on entry, that's what he does. And then when he's halfway around, he's going to get back on, waiting for the car to drop down to the bottom so he can get back on the accelerator. He's got Saveliev right behind him. On board with Bruno Kalev. Whoever wins this race between Kalev and Vlad Tokarev will take the round, earning themselves yet another $50. Thanks to our mysterious sponsor, yet to be announced. So Bruno up the inside. What can he do? Is he going to take it? Up the inside of Stanica, there it goes. So Broadbent now still in contact with these guys out in front. Part of the top 4, and Saviliev's trying all he can to stay in touch, but will he be burning up his tyres doing so? Broadbent starting to come to grips with those tyres, pardon the pun. If you listen closely, you can listen to the accelerators backing off and squeezing it on as they come through the second half of the turn 2, and then it's full noise down the back straight just to do it again for turns 3 and 4. Turn 4 opens up so you can really open up the wheel and let that momentum push you out towards that wall in front of this huge crowd here at Texas. You can see up on the stands here. So Broadbent up the back of Stanica. So go down the front straight into turn 1. So come around. There's the leaders. Vlad Tokarev, Bruno Kalev, Hank Stanica, and Craig Broadbent. Saveliev not too far behind. hear those tyres screeching from here. Just got to look after that. We're going to get green runs, so I assume. These guys not really coming together unless we make a move as Broadbent sits on the back of Steneker now. Oh, got the switch. Oh, he's just clipped the wall. Unfortunately, he's had to back out of that one. It's not going to be this lap where he gets the move done. He's going to have to sit and plan for the next one. Oh, he's trying all he can, staying up his side. On the inside, he can't get it done in the turn 3 unless Steneker goes high. He's not going to do that when he sees Broadbent right in his rear vision mirror. He's going to protect that line as much as he can. Right, so we've got a four-way battle back in P6. We'll go to that one. So it's Ben Dawn in P6 and he's got Parry behind him, and here they are side by side, Laszlo and Parry. Parry just getting, the New Zealander just getting in front for now, holding P9, P7. So Tokarev and Kalev pulling away out in front. The battle now is between Steneker and Broadbent, and Saviliev is almost there in the field. Just clipping the wall, Saviliev probably getting distracted as well. Broadbent up the inside now. We can't see him, he's got the job done already. That's Broadbent back up into P3 as he was for race 2. Looks like Kalev's just trying to stay with Tokarev out in front, keeping his distance, and we've got someone in the lane. And that's Saviliev coming in early, as he did in race 2. That is lap 20, so that's a 3-stopper for Saviliev. I don't know if that's going to work, but this guy's a seasoned pro in the sim on R Factor 2. 60 laps remaining. Saviliev down into P9 after a pit stop, so that is expected. So watch him come through the field as he did in race 2, but fell away right towards the end, had nothing left for the guys that came later on. Tokarev and Kalev there on screen, 1 and 2. Broadbent by himself now, over a second and a half ahead of Steneker. Steneker back, and we've got Mike Van Dorn battling with Matthew Parry. This is a battle for P6, P5 at the moment. Van Dorn's probably hurting on these tyres. It's a green run, he's probably not used to it. I'm not expecting it. He tried to get into race 2, but something happened and he was unable to join. But now it's side by side with Matthew Parry. That is Mike Van Dorn next to Matthew Parry. Great shot through the window. Beautiful livery on Mike Van Dorn's car. Van Dorn trying to get up the inside. There he goes. Camera works pretty bad. I do apologise. There he is, Mike Van Dorn, sliding into P4. Who's dropped out if these guys are up in a P4 and 5? Let's have a look. It looks like Steneker down into P8. So he's coming to for his stop. Coming out of pit lane right now. So that means Tokarev needs to blink pretty soon. So if that's Steneker coming in on 25, then it's 50. Then he's going to have to stretch that last stint longer than expected. Can he get that done? Tokarev's not going to blink. He's probably going to use the 30 lap mark to come in. Then it'll be 30, 60 and a 20 lap sprint towards the end. He'll be happy with that one. Really depends what they're doing to conserve fuel as well, because these guys are using fuel out on circuit. We've got Parry and Van Dorn. Absolutely loving the battle between these two. Turn 1 under shade, nice and cold as the sun comes down on the turn 2, back straight, 3 and 4. Harry's starting to stretch that battle away now. Steneker, fastest lap of the race on that fresh boot. A fresh set of boots, I should say. Someone was dropping down. Bruno Kalev and Tokarev have blinked at the same time. That's exactly what was expected. Tokarev off, and a side-by-side. Who's got the run? Oh, and it's Tokarev leading Bruno past the line. That was an overtake after the line. Down turn 2, they rejoin. Broadbent into the pit now from P2. Parry in the lead. Let's celebrate that one as he comes in the pits. No, stay out there, buddy. All right, so Parry from the lead comes in the pit on lap 29.30, and that'll give him a healthy 2-lap stop for this feature race. Give credit, still in P1 as we're waiting for Saviliev to come around the back. Oh, and there's a big pack coming behind, I can see it. There it is Tokarev, Steneker in the middle. Great job from him, that undercut working, but he'll fade away towards the end. He come in about 2 or 4 laps too early to make it last for the end of the race, but we'll see if that works. Kalev posting the fastest lap of the race at 27.121. You can see it there with your own eyes up on top of the screen there. We're only in lap 30 of 80. Not even halfway through. There's a lot of action so far. Still a lot more to come. Saviliev, as in race 2, is out in the lead with 50 laps to go. He's nailing this race so far, a second and a half ahead, but Tokarev is bringing Kalev in. It's going to be a whole world of pain for Saviliev pretty soon. Steneker dropping off over a second behind Kalev already. Broadbent, where is he? He stayed out a couple extra laps. He might have choked the approach to the pit lane because he's dropped back into P5 at the moment, but Saviliev and Steneker pitted early, so they may drop back towards the end of this stint. I dare say Saviliev's got to stay out there for 30 laps on this set of tyres. That's going to hurt him as Tokarev has taken the lead, so has Bruno moved up as well. We're on board with Saviliev in P3, chasing down the 2 up front, very strong all year long and all round long as well. The winner of those 2 will win the round, so let's keep an eye on the pink and the blue to see who's going to come out on top. Steneker in orange chasing down Saviliev, his teammate for Pro Mix Flame. Van Dorn back with Parry after the pit stops, and they are back together. Loving the racing between these two. Parry's going to tuck in the draft right behind him. Kozlowski in the picture right behind them as well. This is the battle for P6 at the moment between Mike Van Dorn, the number 28 in front, and Matthew Parry from New Zealand in P7 in the number 7. Let us know where you're watching from. Hit that thumbs up and that subscribe bell. Get the notifications as to when we are going on air next. And if you're not sure, our Discord channel link is in the description below. Follow that, click that. We want to see you join the community as these guys have, and loving the racing. As we said before, every country being represented by the different drivers out here today. Matthew Parry from New Zealand against the Dutchman, Mike Van Dorn. I want to get a closer look at Mike Van Dorn's beautiful livery. That paint job is absolutely spectacular. Let's zoom in on that one and watch it hit the sunshine as we take turn 1 and 2. There it is. Look at that cherry red glisten off that livery. See if we can come around a bit. There it is. Look at that beauty. We're watching Tokarev out front now, Bruno Kaleb right behind. Get the drone to pan back to these two. There's nothing in it with these two. They're going to stay connected with each other, keeping contact with each other until the very end. Bruno just going to tease Tokarev into submission. Down the back straight they go. Look at the difference in the draft. Bruno behind the pink mobile of Vlad Tokarev from Russia, leading the championship so far. See down the bottom running corner, that's exactly where the positions are at the moment. It is Tokarev on 57 points, Kaleb on 49. He wants to get a few more points to bridge that gap to Tokarev, but he's got to beat Tokarev on the checkered flag to take the win and take a big three-point chunk out of Tokarev's lead. Okay, so recap of the positions. It is Tokarev, Kaleb, Stanica in P3, back up into P3. Broadbent, where's he coming from? There he is. He's chasing down Stanica once again, half a second behind. We can definitely see the speeds of these guys as they see each other on track. Time and time again, race 2 and 3. These long runs. This is a 44-lap green run so far. Touchwood, we have not seen the safety car come out in race 2 or 3, and yet we saw it come out twice in race 1. Great viewing here as we're watching Craig Broadbent chase down Stanica from Netherlands. And Saviliev further back and probably dropping back too as he's about to lap Laszlo from Hungary. Matthew Parry, our Kiwi, in P6 now, ahead of Mike Van Dorn. And stretching that gap out as well, Laszlo in P8. Just being overtaken by Alexei Savelyev. Troy Cieslawski from Queensland, Australia, in the top 10 in P9. Great shot back to Bruno Kalev, the Argentinian. So Tokarev keeping half throttle through turn 1 and 2. He's not completely backing off, just maintaining a bit more momentum through those turns. And all Bruno has to do is tuck into that draft, and he's using less fuel, meaning he's not going to have to top up as much. He's actually using this as a ploy. Bruno's closing right up here, almost pushing him into the turn. We are now over halfway. I'm sure I saw the back of Tokarev's car just move there, skipping out. And Savelyev back into the lane. This will be his last pit stop, but that's a 30-lap stint he's got to do. But to be honest, he's just completed a 30-lap stint. I can hear someone else come into the pit. Who is that? That is the number 9. I think that's Laszlo in the blue car. Yes, it is. All right, so these guys have pitted for the last time. Savelyev had to come in early on the opening stint. Unfortunately, that's going to hurt him for the next 2, but that's his last pit stop. My calculation says he's going to take this to the end. So Bruno up the inside. Is he going to make this stick right now? See Bruno down below. He saved enough fuel. They're going to go a bit longer. They're going to go at least to 55 or 60. That's my guess in the pit window. They should not go any longer than lap 60. Because on the new set of tyres, 20 laps is not enough to maximise the benefit of the fresh tyres. They're almost coming up to the back of Savelyev, so Savelyev really hoping that they pit pretty soon within the next 5 laps or so. As we're watching Tokarev chase down Bruno Kalev. Kalev trying to stretch away from Tokarev, but Tokarev's just keeping him there like a cheese on the mousetrap. Oh, don't hit the wall. You're going to give away too much time. To Bruno. Bruno is actually stretching out that lead, and that's Steneker in for his pit stop. As he comes in, we can see the rest of the field coming around. That was Broadbent and Parry. That was Cieslawski. So Broadbent up into 3 now that Steneker's come in. Hear him get up the gears, 2nd gear, 3rd gear. And that is, bringing up the sparks. Parry joining after turn 2, following the clerk of the course instructions. They've got to rejoin after turn 2 and enter pit lane before turn 3. So their teammates from Pro Mixed Flame. Steneker and Savelyev. Left out front, stretching that lead. He's almost stretched it over a second. And there it goes. That's Tokarev. Here we go. This is it. Into the pit lane now. And watch Tokarev chase him down through turns 3 and 4. It'll be a sprint to the pit limit line. So there's, look at Tokarev closing up Did he get it under the speed limit before that control line? They're both going to pit at the same time, watching the rest of the field pass by as these two come in for the last pit. And remember what I said, between lap 55 and 60, and there it is. I get the drone coming around a bit just to watch these two and see how they get it done. Up on the right, up on the left. They've dropped it now for the fuel. Here it goes. And they're both out identical times. It's a race. It's going to go wide. Tokarev almost joining there, but he's decided not to because we've clearly instructed him to enter at turn 3. Beautifully presented cars by these two. So this is for the lead of the race, although Parry back out in front. I got across to him as he's entering the pits yet again when I crossed to him. I won't say it's a commentator's curse, but he's been in the lead twice now and he's pitted straight away. Oh, he's locked it up. Can he bring it in? Yes, he's under the 80k mark. So great job from them. He's been racing ovals for quite some time, but the battle between these two on a fresh set of tyres, so they can burn them up, just boxing with each other. Bruno just tucking in now. Love the onboard shots here from Bruno, looking ahead to Vlad Tokarev. 330 kilometres, a lot faster than the previous race so far. But this is on a fresh set of green tyres. Only 1 or 2 laps old now. So as they start to settle in, these two in for the lead. And we'll recap the race order so far, and that's Parry coming out, rejoining in P5, healthy position for him. Broadbent suffering through that. He's all the way back down to P7. He's had to come in the pits, or is he coming in the pits yet again? No, that's coming out of turn 2. P7 for Broadbent, very unfortunate. Yeah, it's going to be a big sprint for him to overtake all the drivers as we see Cieslawski coming into the lane as well. Oh, revs up as they drop it off the jacks. You can't exceed 80 kilometres an hour. Watch that kilometres. He's sitting well below that. There is no pit limiter on these things, so they have to modulate and control that speed. Look at this, Matthew Parry and Mike Van Dorn together again. Like an old married couple. Race 3, they find themselves after the second pit stop together yet again, battling for P5. Broadbent a whole 18 seconds further back. Lap 62 of 80, this is the longest green run we've seen here in the SimHaus Racing League for NASCAR 2024. Quality field out there today. These cars are very heavy and very hard to control. Yes, they just turn left, but there's all sorts of elements involved here. Looking after those tyres, making sure you don't cook them. Once you cook them, that tail's going to go. You're going to get no traction. You're going to get no acceleration. You're just going to be nursing that accelerator, making sure they don't spin out. And Saviliev into the pit again. That's his 4th stop so far. Not ideal for the experienced driver here. So if we see Saviliev into the pit, and this will be his 3rd pit for the race. Says 1, but there's a lot more than 1, that's for sure. Right, so where's he going to come out in the wash as Cieslawski pulls out of the race? And there are the leaders, Vlad Tokarev and Bruno Kalev. Great shot as we see the drivers really working that front end in. Seeing how accurate they are down into the apron. Tokarev dominating this battle at the moment, but we all know that Kalev's just sitting there biding his time. He's probably dumped less fuel, and that is Sibiliev behind in the green. I can see him just trailing. And Sibiliev on a fresh set of boots. He wants to just race these two, even though he's probably going to get the blue flag as soon as he does overtake them, because he is at least 1 lap down, even 2 laps down. There's only 3 drivers on the lead lap so far. Everyone else a full lap down from the leaders. Sibiliev's trying to unlap himself. If he manages to do it, he can bring himself onto the lead lap, but Sibiliev, a full 2 laps down, he won't gain any positions if he does that. But these guys are teammates, so Bruno will help him stay up in front. That's what it looks like on board Alexei Sibiliev's Pro Mixed Flame number 27. They're the 2 leaders, 1 and 2, Tokarev, then Kalev. Stenica a further 16 seconds behind. Matthew Parry up into 4 with Van Dorn in 5. And that looks like Sibiliev going past. He wants to unlap himself. He is on fresher tyres, so he does have the benefit, but these 2 guys are very quick even on used tyres. He's trying to get the slingshot. From Tokarev to get him into turn 3. We'll see if he gets the job done. Watch him go low on the fresher set of tyres. He can't get it done. Now he's in between these 2. Bruno doesn't want him to stay there for too much longer, because he just wants to run his own race. He doesn't want Sibiliev in the middle of this jam. If Sibiliev stays high, Bruno's going to come in. Kalev's going to come in, I should say, or Bruno. Alright, so Bruno's going to tuck in and watch Alexei around the outside. Oh, but Alexei's gone through. Now Bruno wants that draft. He can't have both. Have his cake and eat it too. Oh, Tokarev just shutting that gate, making sure the teammates do not help each other. As we said, Sibiliev in the green is a lap down. Nice wheel work from Bruno. Just nice and steady on the front end. And he's controlling the rear end and the rear tyres just with that accelerator. So watch that green bar down the bottom right hand corner. That's exactly when they're accelerating, showing you their technique and different driving style. So they back it off, let the car dive into that pocket, down low onto the apron, and then they'll accelerate as hard as they can. And the momentum will push them out towards the wall that goes away from them. It comes back to bite them as they enter turn 1. And this is the battle on track at the moment. We can see the gap is only 10.1 of a second. Oh, a bit of a tap there. Is that going to upset Vlad? Vlad's going to coming across to block it. We're 4 laps down, 4 laps to go, 76 laps of 80. I've been napping and not even paying attention to how many laps there are, and that's why these guys are battling for position and getting quite aggressive on it as well. There's not many laps to overtake. Bruno trying to go around the outside. He's got the run on the outside, a side by side as they cross the line. But Vlad's going to have the benefit down in turn 1. We are in turn 1. Listen to the tyres of Bruno. Bruno's got the momentum. He goes, he leaves Vlad. But will Vlad brake hard? No, he's going to tuck in. He's still got 2-3 laps to go. That could be Bruno's move. You saw it here on the great camera work from the crew here. Bruno just sitting, taking his time. And it looks like he's gapped at least half a second ahead of Vlad. That's going to be hard to get in the next 2 laps. Bruno's going to have to make a mistake for Vlad to take that position. So Bruno could get his first round win here at Texas Motor Speedway, and he'll be happy with that one. Well deserved too if he holds it out for 2 more laps. Lap 79, and he's got to complete lap 80 before we get to the finish line. It is Steneker in P3 doing all he can for the 20 seconds back, and Broadbent 10 seconds behind, but that's not for position, because in P4 it is Matthew Parry from New Zealand and Mike Van Dorn in 5, and then it's Craig Broadbent in 6. Savelyev out of position in P7. Laszlo, our rookie Hungarian, in P9, and Troy Lasky has retired from the race. So back up front now. This is last lap of the race. This will bring out the checkered flag, and congratulations. This will be round win for Bruno Kalev. There he goes, crossing the line. And Steneker will be next. Coming around, so Bruno Kalev. Hang on. It's showing Tokarev winning that race. Not too sure if that's correct. Looks like Bruno Kalev has ignored a penalty and he's falling down the line. So Steneker in 2. We're going to have to investigate this after the race. So we'll call this provisional positions. Mike Van Dorn crosses the line in 5. Craig Broadbent in 6. Already in the pit lane with Savelyev right behind him. Laszlo out on the track, coming around the pit lane to bring home P8, and Troy Lasky in P9. All right. So race 3 results. It is Vlad Tokarev. We'll call this provisional results. Vlad in P1, Bruno in P2. Hang on, Steneker in P3. Matthew Parry in P4. Kiwi getting some nice valuable points here. And is that Bruno? That's Bruno. Congratulations to Bruno. Let's go to him on track. Giving us some burnouts across the start-finish line. And that is the results. Van Dorn in 5, Broadbent, not too sure what happened there. Finishes in P6, then Savelyev in 7. Laszlo in P8 and Trocheslavsky in P9. Alright, so we'll wait on the provisional results before we say who won the round, but it will be between Bruno Kalev and Vlad Tokarev from Russia. Then Steneker will be there to collect the 3rd step of the podium. Okay, while Bruno's displaying his burnout skills and return to the pit, we will bring you the schedule for the next race. for round 5 will be at Phoenix Raceway, another dedicated oval round. So if you love that racing, you'll love Phoenix. Great little track there. Very awkward circuit. I've raced on it myself and not my favorite, to be honest. But we may see a few yellows out on that circuit. It is definitely a lot more control on that circuit at Phoenix. So make sure you join us 24th of July for round 5 of the NASCAR round. And if you love our leagues and you want to race with us, the next V8 league will be in Townsville on the 3rd of July. So make sure you join us for that one. Beautiful circuit. We can't wait to get to Townsville for round 6. So make sure you join us. All the invites, all the information you need is in the description. Head down below and follow us on Discord and get the details and get on track with us next round. Okay, so while these two are driving around the circuit, I'll see where he is. Where is he? He's disappeared. Can't see him. He's gone. All right. So back in the pit. That concludes the racing for tonight. Make sure you join us for the next race of the V8s in Townsville, 3rd of July. Make sure you're there. If you want to be part of it, again, get down in the description, hit the Discord invite and join our community. It's a large community. All of these guys are from all over the world, and our V8s are dominant Australians and New Zealand drivers, but everyone's welcome, as we have some drivers from Indonesia as well, and Russia. So until then, the next race, I'll sign off. It's Shane Guilford, and we'll see you next race.